I am an orthopedic surgeon, and today I'm going to say something that may shock you, especially if you respect Japanese culture and longevity. If you are over 60, you should stop eating white rice every day. I know that sounds extreme. Rice is comfort food. Rice is tradition. Rice feels harmless. And when we think of Japan, we think of rice and long life. But what I've seen in aging joints, weakening bones, rising blood sugar, and chronic inflammation tells a different story. The truth is, many long-living Japanese elders do not rely on white rice the way modern diets do. Instead, they use a quiet, powerful replacement that protects joints, controls sugar spikes, and supports strength after 60. In this video, I'll explain why white rice becomes a problem with age, and reveal the Japanese superfood that seniors should eat instead. The main reason I advise people over 60 to stop eating white rice regularly is simple. Your body no longer processes it the way it did at 30 or 40. White rice is a highly refined carbohydrate with almost all fiber, minerals, and protective compounds removed, which means it turns into glucose very quickly after eating. In younger bodies, insulin responds faster, muscles absorb glucose efficiently, and inflammation is lower. But after 60, insulin sensitivity drops, muscle mass declines, and joints and blood vessels become more vulnerable. What I see clinically is that frequent white rice consumption causes sharp blood sugar spikes, followed by crashes that leave seniors tired, hungry, and inflamed. These spikes quietly accelerate joint degeneration, worsen knee pain, stiffen the spine, and increase fat storage around the abdomen, which further stresses the hips and lower back. This is why many seniors complain that they feel heavy, sleepy, or weak after meals, even when they believe they are eating simple food. The solution is not removing carbohydrates completely but replacing white rice with a smarter Japanese staple, and the best example is buckwheat, commonly eaten as soba noodles, along with Japanese sweet potato. Buckwheat is not wheat at all. It is a seed that behaves very differently in the body. It contains slow-digesting carbohydrates, high-quality plant protein, and a unique compound called rutin, which strengthens blood vessels, improves circulation to joints, and reduces inflammation. From an orthopedic perspective, better circulation means better nutrient delivery to cartilage, ligaments, and bones, which directly affects mobility and pain levels. Buckwheat also has a much lower glycemic impact than white rice, meaning it does not cause sudden sugar spikes that inflame joints and nerves. In Japan, especially in regions known for longevity, elders traditionally ate small portions of rice or replaced it entirely with soba, vegetables, seaweed, and fermented foods. They did not eat large bowls of polished rice 3 times a day as many modern diets do. Japanese sweet potato, another powerful replacement, was actually a cornerstone food in Okinawa, one of the world's longest-living populations. Unlike white rice, sweet potato is rich in fiber, antioxidants, and resistant starch that feeds beneficial gut bacteria. A healthy gut reduces systemic inflammation, which is a major driver of joint pain, arthritis progression, and even balance problems in older adults. When seniors replace white rice with buckwheat or sweet potato, blood sugar becomes more stable, hunger reduces naturally, and energy remains steady for hours instead of crashing. This stability is critical for preventing falls, maintaining muscle coordination, and supporting daily movement. Many people believe brown rice is a safe alternative, but in practice, it still causes blood sugar elevation in older adults and can be hard to digest, leading to bloating and discomfort. Buckwheat, on the other hand, is naturally gluten-free, gentle on digestion, and provides magnesium and manganese, minerals essential for bone density and muscle function. From years of observing patients, I can say clearly that seniors who reduce white rice and adopt these Japanese staples experience less knee stiffness in the morning, improved walking endurance, and better post-meal energy within weeks. This is not about following a trend or copying Japanese culture blindly. It is about understanding how aging bodies respond to food. White rice was once a survival food, but longevity requires nourishment, not rapid glucose. Buckwheat and Japanese sweet potato provide energy without inflammation, strength without sugar overload, and nourishment without strain. This single dietary shift can quietly protect joints, stabilize blood sugar, and support mobility after 60 in a way that no pill can truly replace. When we look deeper at what actually happens inside the aging body, the difference between white rice and buckwheat or Japanese sweet potato becomes even clearer. After 60, the body enters a phase where muscle cells absorb less glucose. The pancreas must work harder to release insulin, and inflammatory signals increase throughout the joints and connective tissue. White rice floods the bloodstream with glucose within minutes, forcing insulin to respond aggressively, and over time this repeated stress leads to insulin resistance, nerve irritation, and accelerated cartilage wear. From an orthopedic viewpoint, chronic inflammation is one of the biggest enemies of joint health, because inflamed tissues heal slower, lose elasticity, and become more prone to pain and degeneration. Buckwheat changes this entire chain reaction. Its carbohydrates break down slowly, releasing glucose in a steady stream instead of a sudden surge, which keeps insulin levels stable and reduces inflammatory stress on joints, nerves, and blood vessels. The rutin found in buckwheat plays a particularly important role because it strengthens capillary walls and improves microcirculation, meaning oxygen and nutrients reach the knees, hips, spine, and even the small joints of the feet more efficiently. This improved circulation is critical for seniors, as poor blood flow is a major reason behind stiffness, numbness, and slow recovery from minor injuries. Japanese sweet potato works through a slightly different but equally powerful mechanism. Its rich fiber content slows digestion, prevents rapid sugar absorption, and feeds beneficial gut bacteria that produce anti-inflammatory compounds. A healthier gut environment reduces systemic inflammation, which directly affects joint pain, morning stiffness, and even balance and coordination. Many seniors underestimate how strongly gut health and joint health are connected, but clinically we see that patients with better digestion often report less pain and better mobility. Another overlooked factor is muscle preservation. White rice provides calories without sufficient protein or minerals, which contributes to gradual muscle loss after 60, especially in the thighs and hips that support walking and balance. Buckwheat, however, contains high-quality plant protein with essential amino acids that help maintain muscle tissue, reducing the risk of falls and improving overall strength. This is one reason Japanese elders who eat soba regularly often remain active and independent well into old age. There is also the issue of bone health. Magnesium, manganese, and zinc found in buckwheat and sweet potatoes support bone mineralization and nerve signaling, whereas white rice contributes very little beyond energy. Over time, diets centered on refined carbohydrates weaken the musculoskeletal system, making joints more vulnerable to arthritis and fractures. Many people assume that replacing rice with these foods will lead to weakness or fatigue, but in reality the opposite happens. Because blood sugar remains stable, the brain receives a constant energy supply, reducing dizziness and post-meal sleepiness that often affect seniors. Stable energy also improves posture and walking mechanics, which lowers stress on the knees and spine. Another critical advantage is weight control. White rice encourages fat storage around the abdomen due to insulin spikes, and excess abdominal weight places direct mechanical stress on the hips, knees, and lower back. Buckwheat and Japanese sweet potato promote satiety, helping seniors eat less without feeling deprived, which gradually reduces joint load and pain. From years of observation, I have seen patients who made this simple change experience noticeable improvements in flexibility, endurance, and confidence in movement within a few months. This dietary shift also supports cardiovascular health, which indirectly protects joints by ensuring steady blood flow and oxygen delivery. Aging well is not about eliminating comfort foods entirely but choosing foods that work with the body instead of against it. Buckwheat and Japanese sweet potato align with the physiology of aging, providing nourishment that supports joints, muscles, bones, and metabolic health simultaneously. This is why they have remained part of traditional Japanese diets associated with longevity and independence. When seniors understand this connection, food stops being just a habit and becomes a powerful tool for preserving mobility, reducing pain, and maintaining quality of life after 60. Making this dietary change after 60 should be done with awareness, not fear, and the goal is to support the body rather than shock it. The safest approach is gradual replacement, not sudden elimination. Instead of removing white rice overnight, begin by reducing the portion size and replacing half of it with buckwheat or Japanese sweet potato during lunch, when digestion and insulin response are strongest. Over 2 to 3 weeks, the body adapts smoothly, digestion improves, and energy levels stabilize without weakness or cravings. For most seniors, lunch is the best time to eat these foods, while dinner should be lighter to avoid nighttime inflammation and stiffness. Portion control is equally important. A small bowl of buckwheat or one medium-sized Japanese sweet potato is enough to provide steady energy without overloading the system. Many seniors worry about gas, bloating, or digestive discomfort, but buckwheat is naturally gentle and gluten-free, and sweet potatoes, when cooked properly, actually soothe the gut rather than irritate it. Drinking adequate water and eating slowly further improves tolerance. Those with kidney issues should keep portions moderate due to mineral content, and anyone with specific medical conditions should always observe how their body responds. Within the first few weeks of making this change, most people notice they feel less sleepy after meals, their blood sugar readings become more stable, and joint stiffness in the morning begins to ease. Over 1 to 2 months, reduced inflammation often leads to better walking endurance, improved balance, and less strain on the knees and lower back. This improvement is not sudden or dramatic, but steady and sustainable, which is exactly what aging bodies need. The most important lesson here is that longevity is not about removing all carbohydrates but choosing the right ones. White rice feeds rapid sugar spikes that age the joints and muscles, while buckwheat and Japanese sweet potato nourish the body slowly and consistently. This is how many Japanese elders maintain mobility, independence, and strength well into old age. Food should work as quiet medicine, supporting movement, reducing pain, and preserving quality of life after 60. When seniors make this small but intelligent shift, they are not giving up tradition, they are choosing longevity over habit.